I'll provide you one sample database today. So which version of SQL Server installed in your computer? Let me know, please. Everyone, please. Which version of SQL Server installed in your computer? 2019 or 2022? Which one it is? Perfect. Others, please. Others. Sure. 2019 or higher is better. Okay. I'll provide you one sample database and installation scripts for the sample database with queries. Okay. Practice queries. So sample database and revision queries. Please revise your existing MS SQL concepts on whichever version of SQL Server installed in your local computers so that you are ready for tomorrow's class. Let's get started. Let's understand slowly, step by step, what is data engineering and what we do as a data engineer. What's our main job role? Let's get started. This is Sai Fredra from SQL School. And I assure you complete practical trainings from scratch, right from the basics, from today. Let's get started. Let's have a small intro on what is data engineering and why we need it for next 5 to 10 minutes. After that, we'll go for the day-wise curriculum, and then we'll proceed for the technical journey, configurations, installations, deployments, etc. one by one. We'll do. So my assumption, we are aware of the prerequisites, MS SQL concepts to step into the core engineering activities. We need them. We need them at every point in our course. Let's get started slowly, step by step. Let's understand what is data engineering and why we need it. Let's get started slowly. As a data engineer, we need to involve in data warehouse. As a data engineer, we need to involve in ETL activities. So the agenda for data engineering activities today will start from the scratch. What is database? What is warehouse? Then we'll proceed for ETL, extract, transform, load, ETL. And what is data engineering from ETL perspective? The components involved in our actual classes, the prerequisites and the takeaways. Let's get started slowly, step by step, and we'll go for questions after some time. Let me put forward all my points, then we go for questions. And good to write your observation notes if possible, because things are a bit technical. So good to write your own observation notes if possible. I'll provide you the complete class notes, but good to have your own keywords, okay, at least some keywords. So try to maintain a separate handbook. If not from today, at least from tomorrow, please try to maintain some handbook, okay? Too easy for us. Let's get started. And my voice may be a bit weak today. Don't mind. It's early morning. I'm right now in Dubai, and for my corporate trainings, I took 3 classes already today. So my day started today at 2 a.m. I need to match with my Indian counterparts, right? So I started with 2 a.m. today, and this is my 4th class today. Okay, so my voice is a bit low, but no problem. I'll manage it. Hot water is okay for me. Hot water with Jera is okay. I'll take care of it. So just adjust with my voice for today and tomorrow, okay? Once I'm back to India by early next week, everything will be set right. No issues. Let's get started slowly. My voice may be a bit low, bit crunchy, but please adjust. Let's get started now. What is database? Let's get started. A platform to store any type of data, any amount of data. Okay, no restrictions at all, no exceptions. Now, there are 2 types of databases. What are they? On the screen? OLTP and data warehouse. Okay, 2 things. OLTP is a live data, the birthplace of data. See, OLTP is the birthplace of data. Warehouse is the storehouse of data, storeroom. SQL developers will take care of OLTP. They have something called keys, constraints, relations, normal forms, and so on. Warehouse, nothing. Remember, we are in a cloud warehouse, nothing. No relations, no keys, no normal forms. That is how cloud warehouse work. Either you go for Amazon, Snowflake, or Synapse, Microsoft Cloud, okay? Spark, open source cloud. Amazon Redshift or Snowflake or Synapse or Spark, any data warehouse in cloud, they never care about relations. And that is our course, Big Data Warehouse. So we are going to learn what is data warehouse from today. We are going to build a data warehouse. In next, we are going to design and configure an empty data warehouse today in next 30 to 40 minutes. And from tomorrow, we need to start injecting the data, but no relations. Then how to care about the what we say, the common items between the tables? How to care about the relevance in the data without relations? That is the interesting part here. I'll take you slowly step by step with examples. So as you see on the screen, there are files, apps, websites, or others, like for example, IoT, Internet of Things. Let me show you. Part of our classes, I said others were there, right? One such example, friends, on my screen. This one, a live temperature data. It's from a device, IoT device we call Internet of Things. What we do, we capture the data, read the data, and we filter unwanted data, consider only the required data, and write it to a destination, like a warehouse or data lake, etc. So any type of data we gather from the source, and the birthplace, I said, right? The birthplace is the actual OLTP layer in your city. Multiple showrooms. Let's assume a product called car or a bike. Multiple showrooms, but very few number of godowns. Multiple showrooms with the nearby areas may use a common godown, common warehouse. The same thing here. Multiple OLTP database systems have single one or very few warehouses. Sometimes intermediate or additional items called data marts, a separate story anyway. Next classes. For now, remember OLTP, multiple OLTPs, and warehouse. Our duty as a data engineer is number one, to design the data warehouse, the middle layer, the exact middle screen, mid of my screen, and the valet parking service, transport service from OLTP to data warehouse. That is our actual course called data engineering on my screen now. We are going to learn today how to create an empty data warehouse today. From tomorrow, we are going to slowly practically understand how to import data, create tables, import data from OLTP, right? The one you see on the screen, OLTP, one or more OLTP data sources. It may be from files also, like this, see files. We call it blob, binary large object. I'll come there in next few minutes on the screen. Blob, binary large object, blob, and either database data or non-database data. It should be given to ETL. ETL knows, the ETL technologies know what to and how to deal with the data, what to do with the data, how to deal with the data. ETL knows how to filter and simply get rid of unwanted data. ETL knows how to analyze the data. Remember, it's very important, how to analyze the data. Then based on the data analysis, we call it profiling. Data profiling result, it will be given to the warehouse. Example, assume at the data source you have date of birth. ETL knows how to compute age out of data of birth. So date of birth remains same, right? But age keeps growing, age keeps increasing, and that is important here. Number two, another example. Assume, for example, one of our class items, I'll just put this way. One of our class items, part of the course, we have something called flight reservations example. Let me put this way, this one. Flight reservations. We have flights and reservations. You would like to have flights respective reservations. The aggregated seats you would like to store in a warehouse. How it is possible? By using ETL. So without ETL, we cannot pump data into a warehouse as needed. Without ETL, we cannot filter, we cannot ensure consistency in the data into a warehouse. We keep hearing big data, right? Big data is nothing but warehouse, as simple as that. Big data is nothing but warehouse, and to implement this warehouse, we need cloud computing technologies. There are two important cloud computing technologies, one open source, one Microsoft. Open source called Databricks on my screen, and Microsoft Data Factory and Synapse. I repeat, cloud computing technologies we are learning. Databricks, and Data Factory. The reason for me telling this way, the terminology we come across in our classes should match our understanding and the keywords of today's introduction class. For example, here it is. I'll put this way. I'll take this updated notes to make it clear for us. Yes, here it is. For example, once we step into open source Spark, what we do? Here it is. We say something called compute. Just wait. Here it is. See on my screen. Okay. We'll say, for example, compute on my screen. So the term compute means the cloud computing components. Okay. So Data Factory, Synapse, Databricks, and Amazon Glue. All these are cloud computing technologies. That's the actual concept here. Next. So ETL, Databricks, Data Factory, and combining together we have Synapse. Remember, Databricks says hello to notebooks. Data Factory says hello to pipelines. Synapse says hello for both. As simple as that. So ETL involves open source Databricks, Microsoft Data Factory, and the combined effort called Synapse. Okay, remember this. I'll come back to this notes very soon, next few minutes. Same way, warehouse, right side. We have Synapse Storage. Synapse is ETL is different. Okay, Synapse Storage, Spark Storage. Both are warehouses. Again, they are good friends because few things Spark can do, Synapse cannot, and few other things Synapse can do, but Spark cannot. You know, that's very important. We should know when to use which. So don't see them as competitors. Okay, see them as good friends. It works. That's what DP203 means. The Microsoft Data Engineering Certification DP203 involves open source ETL, open source warehouse, Microsoft ETL, Microsoft warehouse, and bridging the things carefully together. So this entire black box is our 2 months course. The prerequisite, OLTP, MS SQL concepts. Optional add-on, Power BI. Towards the right. Optional add-on, another 1 month journey, extra journey for Power BI in case you wanted to. So as a data engineer, we are involved in extracting the data from various sources. We are involved in designing data warehouses. We are involved in data imports, incremental loads, aggregated loads, and big data analytics. In our classes, to start with, we are going to have the Azure Fundamentals first. What is it? Azure Fundamentals on my screen. We are going to have Data Factory, Data Lake, Databricks, Synapse, IoT, something called Purview, Logic Apps, so on. In our classes, the black box is our actual course planned for 2 months. If you are into Power BI or MS SQL or Fabric, those are separate planets altogether in our classes. Let's understand more what exactly we are going to learn in our classes today. From today, on my screen now. As a data engineer, I'll provide you all these notes, okay? And you'll be receiving the print copy of the notes. I mean, you'll be receiving the notes in a printable copy, printable format before the class. Like every week, like for example, next week we are going to learn 10 concepts. All those 10 concepts, a small booklet to be provided in advance, so that it will be easy for us to understand what's coming up next. That's important, right? And I also expect the same thing from you. Really, I also expect the same thing from you. You practice on time. Then I'm sure we'll get the best. Practice on time, that's a key. So I'm looking for the participants who can practice on time. Then I'm sure, friends, they'll enjoy like anything. Really, they enjoy the things. If we say, oh, Sai, I'll practice over the weekend, then I'm sure I cannot make them happy. Really, either for my live trainings, individual or corporate, I'll tell the same thing. If the participants can practice on time, I can happily deliver the things. If there is a compromised learning, things may not work on time correctly, really, because the way we see, the way we involve is important. It's a nice technical journey. We should pat on our backs by learning a technology. We need to learn that level. We need it. Of course, Microsoft is giving me more than what I dreamt in my life. Hence my feeling, okay? I always have a good worship for Microsoft technologies. Coming back to the point, yes, we need to have on-time practice. We need to make sure we practice on time, and every day there will be assignment. If you can do the assignment on time, that's really good. Yeah, I respect your time. I respect your time. Max by weekend, please complete all your assignments and submit the day-wise assignments. The print copy notes will be like this. For example, we are taking storage module. You'll be receiving the notes in this way. These are all the print copy notes. Total, there are 11 documents for 2 weeks. Same way, for example, open source Spark notes. Again, print documents for another 2 weeks. You'll be given week 1 prints first for next upcoming week, then week 2 prints for the later next week. You may ask me, Sai, why don't we get the notes in advance? No, we cannot. Cloud keeps changing. Remember, the interface keeps changing. Options keep moving here and there. I need to ensure the notes is up to date. That's my duty. I'll do it very carefully. And we're into traditional learning process, wherein our notes should give the complete information step by step. What is what and how to do. You have the video access, no doubt, but let's think traditional. See, instead of accessing 1 hour lengthy video, if my notes is clear cut, if my notes is in detail, it will save a lot of time. To the point, to the concept, straight. You have the video, but still good to depend on the notes. And also write your own observation notes, keyword notes, so that it will save a lot of time for you during your revision and practice. Let's get started now. What is data engineering? Observe carefully. Observe carefully. Art of data engineering to perform extraction, transformation, and data loading activities. I repeat again. What is data engineering? An art of data structure, an art of designing data structures. Observe carefully here. Data extraction. For what we are designing the data structures for data extraction, transformations, and data load activities. Now, what does our data engineering course involves? ETL warehouse concepts on my screen. Storage, data lake storage. 2 different variants, okay? Just like hard disk and SSD, solid state disk. Just like that. Hard disk, SSD. SSD is costly, more powerful, more compact. Same concept here also. We have storage account, data lake storage account. These 2 we need to practice. 2 different architectures altogether. Then we have ETL components, Databricks. They say hello to notebooks, remember. Data factory, hi to pipelines. And I was mentioning few minutes back, Synapse. Synapse is going to mix the beauty of Databricks and the beauty of data factory together. That is Synapse ETL, remember. Synapse also has warehouse. Spark database is open source. Synapse database is Microsoft. And we have other derivatives like Serverless Pool, Apache Spark Pool, Delta Lake, etc. Storage. And there are few helping hands. Stream analytics job for live data streaming, part of our classes. IoT hubs, capture live data, event hubs, and logic apps, key vaults, monitors, alerts, and enter. Please get these items by hearted. Please by heart all these characters in our actual motion pictures to come up next. We need to practice a lot using these characters. So notes, material, I will take care. On-time practice, you please take care. Certification guidance, resume, I will take care. On-time submission of assignments, you please take care. That should be enough. Any questions, let me know, please. And one more thing before I wait for the questions, one more thing. You need to have a debit card or a credit card to activate your free trial. You'll be having your own free trial throughout the course. One card, 1 month. Again, another card, another 1 month. Let's get started technically step by step. Any questions, let me know, please. I'll stay back for some time. Please, any questions, please. I'll wait.